Hey, how's it going guys? It's Nate here, and evidently I got a bacterial infection for Christmas, so hopefully you can forgive my raspy sounding voice. Anyway, Skyrim can sometimes be a bit of a disturbing place. Dragons are threatening to literally eat the world, a civil war is pitting brothers against each other, and all the while the Thalmor are persecuting those who practice their faiths freely. However, despite all of this, there are still some tales in the Elder Scrolls V that shock us with just how unsettling they can get. So whether it's evil children, or seemingly alive puppets, today we'll be taking a look at 5 unsettling Skyrim facts. Starting off, the quest, The Whispering Door, is spooky enough as is. It concerns one of Jarl Bolgraf the Greater's children, falling under the influence of Mephala, the Daedric god of conspiracy and murder. Mephala's been speaking to the child through a door in the Dragon's Reach basement. In the game, not much becomes of this. The player simply goes and speaks to the door where Mephala reveals herself, and gives you the unique artifact, the Ebony Blade, before the quest ends. It's a fairly short endeavor, and, while a bit creepy, we've seen scarier. However, what you might not have known is that the Whispering Door quest was supposed to be considerably more disturbing. A look into Skyrim's files will reveal a few scripts that were intended to be used for this quest, but never implemented. One of these scripts is titled, quote, "Children Kill the Jarl Scene," where Jarl Bolgraf's children were supposed to kill him. Another is referred to as, quote, "Bolgraf Wait to Die Scene," where the Jarl would presumably utter a few final words before passing away. It seemed Bethesda intended that the Daedric god would possess all of the children, and then have them kill their father. It's pretty horrifying. Interestingly enough, Bethesda would have Bolgraf's brother, Hrongar, replace him as Whiterun's Jarl. There's a huge amount of unused dialogue from this character that parallels that of Bolgraf's. But luckily for everyone's favorite man in Dragon's Reach, Bethesda ultimately decided that he wouldn't be replaced, as they cut out Bolgraf's death at the hands of his own kids, likely concluding that that would be considered a bit too far by their audience, and instead the Whispering Door quest was made a whole lot less horrifying. Next, Grella the Kind is the ironically named headmistress of Riften's orphanage. She has a reputation of brutality and abuse, and it's quite clear that the children she watches over don't really appreciate her. She often refers to her orphans with derogatory names and threatens beatings consistently. But her particular brand of cruelty extends a bit further than you might think. Inside a closet in the orphanage, there lies a disturbing sight. A variety of cuffs are mounted to a wall, and the floor is covered with buckets and hay. This looks like a place bandits would torture their prisoners, but the only potential victims here are the orphaned children. Now if you're thinking, oh, Grella's bad, but there's no way she'd throw children into what is basically a dungeon, well, just listen to this line of dialogue.
I know it was Runa. You get those coins back, or by Stendar, I'll see her rot in the dungeon.
All right, I'll take care of it.
Clearly, the children of Honorhole Orphanage are right to hate this horrific woman. Thankfully, the Dark Brotherhood gives you the opportunity to put an end to her reign of terror. For a third spot, Foldar's Tooth is a bandit-occupied fortress in northern Riften. At face value, it seems to be your typical bandit-occupied dungeon. Going inside will reveal the residents of the bandits have actually turned the place into a bit of an arena. They're pitting wolves against each other and placing bets on which ones will emerge victorious. There's also a handful of rooms where the bandits are keeping extra trapped canines, just in case, so they can ensure the show goes on. Foldar's Tooth is certainly a grim castle indeed. Deeper into the dungeon, there's a flooded area where the corpses of defeated wolves can be found. With nowhere to dispose of the bodies, the bandits have simply opted to throw the dead animals in the fort sewers. It's a fairly disgusting sight, but shouldn't there be more bodies? There's only a couple, and if these bandits have been running this operation for some time, surely more animals would have perished. Well, if you follow these crypts, you'll eventually stumble upon a wolf with an axe stuck into its body. A bit further down lies a small kitchen. There's a bandit that seems to be preparing meals for his comrades in there. He has quite a few ingredients to work with too, including a plethora of meat. Nearby his workstation you can find this cook's journal, and it reads the following. Quote, "Meat, meat, meat, meat. That's all they ever want. I made them some nice grilled leeks and they threw them in my face. I told them that if they'd bring me some fish or venison, I'd cook it up. But all they ever do is waste their wages at the ring. But maybe there is a way I can get them some meat." You can already probably tell what this ominous cook is referring to. Should you approach the meat that he has stored, you'll quickly learn that it is in fact dog meat. The man has been feeding his fellow bandits the corpses of rotting wolves that they disposed of, without their knowledge. Surely this isn't FDA complicit, and furthermore it's also just fairly gross. Thankfully though, much like the whole Grella the Kind situation, you have the opportunity to put an end to this operation, both the disgusting eating habits and the animal cruelty. Coming in at number 4, we have an interesting, seemingly paranormal encounter the player can have with mannequins. After purchasing a property, you can often buy decorative mannequins to install in your home. You can use these static men as a means of storing and showing off some of your favorite pieces of armor. They add quite a bit of life. However, perhaps they add a bit too much. Sometimes these mannequins can be more than just decoration. You see, upon entering a home that has mannequins inside, there's a very rare chance that they may have moved positions while you're away, seemingly all by themselves. Now this sounds like something out of the movie I Am Legend, but evidently these objects have a terrifying mind of their own. Additionally, there's also a small chance that they may just randomly start moving right before your own eyes. Thankfully, they won't stab you to death, and you can snap them back into their normal behavior by interacting with them, or exiting your home and re-entering. The reason you can have this heart attack inducing encounter isn't because Bethesda's trying to convince you that your home is haunted, but instead because mannequins are essentially just retextured NPCs, with a few scripts that ensure they remain static and mannequin-like. However, these scripts were poorly implemented, and every now and then they will essentially break, and the mannequins will behave as normal NPCs. You see, there's a logical explanation behind everything. Or is there? And finally, last on our list, the Nordic ruin of Ingvild can be found north of Dawnstar. At face value, it seems like your standard Draugr overrun ruin, but pressing deeper inside, you'll find this place is unique for all the wrong reasons. As you navigate the dungeon's halls, you'll be attacked by not only Draugr, but also ghosts. Exclusively female ghosts. In fact, all the Draugr are female too. What's going on here, you might ask? Well, you probably don't want to know the answer. When you finally come to the dungeon's end, you'll be met by an Altmer necromancer named Arondil, guarded by one of his female ghosts. As he detects you, he'll utter the following command.
What? An intruder? Attack, my lovelies!
Dispose of him and any nearby enemies, and you'll be free to start going through Arondil's journals, which dot the area. They tell quite a disturbing tale. In his writings, he admits to using the dead for sexual purposes. In fact, he's been sending out his Draugr to capture nearby girls and bring them back to him, where he then kills them and adds them to his force. Obviously not a very stand-up guy. However, as always, you have the opportunity to put an end to this psychopath, and finally allow his victims to rest peacefully. And that's gonna do it for us today, with another 5 unsettling facts in the Elder Scrolls V that are just too spooky for me. If you enjoyed the video, like ratings are as always very much appreciated. In fact, they're especially appreciated now because this video is almost certainly getting demonetized, and any bit of support helps. I apologize if my voice sounds raspier than normal today. While my cold is certainly getting better, my voice seems to just be getting worse. Hopefully it doesn't get stuck this way. Anyway, thanks for stopping by everyone. What unsettling encounters have you had in Skyrim that spooked you out a little for yourself? Leave a comment down below. Again, thanks for watching, and I hope to catch you all in my next video. Peace out everybody.